Motivation is energy that is necessary to start an activity, maintain it, and to finish it. Usually it's the beginning of any kind of action. So let's give you a few ideas connected with that. Firstly, let's start with Logan's pyramids, a model that divides organization or individuals into 5 different categories. Category number 5 are people or groups or teams or organizations who don't take on responsibility. So say someone is walking in the streets and they fall down, not noticing that there was a brick on the streets. So then they would say government cannot even clean the streets properly, right? If they quarrel with their significant one, then they would say my wife or my husband doesn't understand me. If they don't make enough money, then they would say my boss is greedy. So these people, says Dr. Logan, don't achieve things in life because they don't have responsibility. They have a chance to be promoted to category number 4. I am wrong. There's something wrong with me. If they collapse, then they would say, I didn't actually look around when I was walking the streets. When they quarrel with a significant other, they would say, I need to learn some more emotional intelligence because apparently I don't know how to do things. If they don't make enough money, then they would say, maybe it's time for me to get some more skills when it comes to sales. These people achieve less, but a little bit. More than this, less than this, because they have responsibility, but they don't believe in themselves. These people, on the other hand, I am the best, says Dr. Logan, are the ones who are focused on themselves. They would say, I'm clever because someone else is not clever. I am strong because someone is weak. I am successful because someone else is not successful. So mentality here is based on individualism, not cooperation with others. These people achieve way more, but they cannot achieve too much because they don't cooperate with other people. If they decide to cooperate, there's number 2. We are the best. These are team players. So if you have, imagine you have a basketball player on a number 3. He would never pass the ball to a different team member. He would like to be a star. Individualism creates egocentrism. Egocentrism leads to lack of cooperation. In number 2, they say we are the best and then they can cooperate with others. These are strong organizations, but they still compete with other organizations. So how about World is Beautiful, which is benchmark for leadership. These people don't compare themselves to others. They create reality. This would be Steve Jobs of Apple or anyone else, for that matter, who instead of looking at what others are doing, creates their own life and their own vision. Logan says that in order to make this pyramid functional, one needs to choose the category that is one category under or one category above. For example, number 3, which is the motivating type that would say, you can do it, everything is possible, can function very well with people who don't believe in themselves because they need motivation. But if you're a team player, we are the best, and someone comes and says, you can do everything, then most probably you will answer, well, not really, but if we cooperate in a team, then we can be better. So if you have a motivating type, and you go to someone who doesn't believe in anything, simply puts responsibility on the outside, number 5 will never believe number 3, because simply they don't have responsibility. Also, these ones, which are visionaries, should cooperate with team players to create strong organizations. And this is very interesting because when you look at it, you can actually realize that the different cultures and different nations are also positioned on different levels of Logan's pyramids. It might be that Californians are on a different level than New Yorkers. It might be that Texans are on a different level than Mexicans. It might be that Guatemalans are, on average, function differently than Europeans. And in Europe, you have Italians and French and Germans. People tend to repeat what others do and create a social norm. And it's interesting to see how sometimes the culture in itself has more blaming attitudes, lack of self-esteem, egocentrism and egoism. This should be the way I tell you it should be. Cooperates with others, or is a creator of reality. Model is very interesting, can be applied also obviously to yourselves. When you think about different situations in your life and you ask yourself a question, so what am I? Do I put responsibility on the other side? Don't I believe in myself? Do I work on my own? I don't want to cooperate with others. Do I cooperate with others? Or am I a creator of reality? And if I ask this group, where you guys consider yourselves to be, I understand that obviously all of us are number one. Thank you very much for that reaction. That was a test, and I'm really glad you passed it beautifully.